southbound. I've been hellbound, riding on the midnight train. Going too fast now, think I ought to slow down, standing in the pouring rain.
Hey guys, it's Tony. We're real excited to share this new wildlife retreats app that Parker and Brody are working on. Just keep in mind, they're still adding resources to the app, so it's a work in progress, but these guys have a great idea.
What's going on, guys? Tristan and Tony back with another episode of the One Hell of a Life Outdoor Podcast. Today we got Parker and Brody on from Wildlife Retreats. These guys are actually right up the road from us here in Georgia, and I saw a post on, I think, Georgia deer hunting or something about their app that they created to connect, the average person to taxidermists, to outfitters, to land. And I actually got it downloaded on my phone already and kind of been flipping through it, but just thought it was interesting and wanted to have these guys on to learn about it. So, guys, thank you for coming on and just kind of give everyone a little background on y'all and your relationship and the app and all that.
Yes, sir. We appreciate it. Thank you guys for having us on.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm Brody Schubert. That's Parker Gibbs.
Yep.
What drove us to create the app, was just the adventures along the way of, hunting public land out of state is one thing, but being on the East Coast is another thing. So being on the East Coast, finding land to hunt out there, if you're trying to go on a private adventure, and the way public land's getting nowadays is, it's tough. All the people, we enjoy the journey of it and all of that, but sometimes the conflict that comes with it, people are trying to get away from it,
Sure.
And that's what drove us to create this, is just limited access. People, they're getting to a point to where they got to have something in return to be able to get on their land. Door knocking's just, it's
hit or miss.
Hit or miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still get access to
Mostly
it.
miss.
Yeah, mostly miss. It's like a 1 in 10 around here. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I that totally makes sense. I mean, especially when you go out to states like Arkansas. I mean, good luck. That ain't happening out there. But I would imagine around. I mean, you guys might be more familiar with than we are, but I would imagine around Georgia, depending on what you're trying to hunt, 1 in 10 sounds kind of right to me.
Yeah. And I mean, it's definitely, you got to have the kahunas to go do it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And, but no, I mean, so, before we deep dive into this thing, just give us the 360 view, the topical view of what y'all are doing, the main purpose of it. And then I'd like to know a little bit more about each one of y'all. Like, what drove you into this? Was it user experience? Was it perception? What really got you into it? But do it in any order you want to. But give everybody just kind of a topical view. And I think I want to go in and break down some of those different functions.
Yeah.
The way I like to look at the app is like a one-stop shop. It's not just for one person that's a waterfowler or a deer hunter or a fisherman. It's for everybody. And if you're ever in the need of, even if you're going to try a new state out, and you're starting from scratch and you've never been there before, you can get on this app and you can truly find, somebody that's willing to let you hunt. So you're not wasting days and hours driving around hoping for a yes. You can get on there and get started sooner, Just a neat idea that we pondered upon.
Yeah.
Right on. So in order to do that, what were the pieces that give me an overview of if you were going to sell me this app for $1 million right now, what are the key features of the app?
Key features we added in were the built-in calendar system that we have. So people can go on there and book. And if you have someone call in, for your service, you can go in there, you can edit your book, and people can also go on our website or our app and book through our app. All payments are accepted through the app and everything like that. Another key feature is the map we have on there. So you can pull up the location, see what's around it, see other services that are nearby, or so we're from Commerce and we hunt down south toward Thomaston and Warrenton and all of that. You can pull up a service, for example, I shot a deer opening weekend. I didn't know where I was going to take it. Processors were new to the area. So you just pull up processing plants on your map, and then there you go to show everything in your area.
Very cool.
Yeah. No,
And
I
another
think.
thing
Oh, go ahead, guys. Sorry.
for like outfitters, just to touch on outfitters, that's important is like Brody said, you can get on there and book, and all that outfitter has to do is accept the invitation that you're coming. They're not wasting time out there looking for people. They're not having to deal with a bunch of phone calls that ain't leading nowhere. Like, I'm very familiar with the guiding service side of things, and those guys do not have time. Like, that's a very lengthy process, and it's year round. So anything to help those guys out and make it easier is tremendous on them.
No, yeah, you're exactly
You're speaking the language to every guide and outfitter out there right now.
The majority of them just want to focus on what they do best, which is guiding and hunting. All the social media and marketing their business and stuff is just like that's not what they got into it to do.
No, absolutely.
Right. Yeah, and it don't take long. I mean, you get on there, you make your post, and then it's there. All you got to do is just wait on the bookings to come in. So it's.
This fall, elevate your outdoor pursuits with Williamson Outfitters, offering professionally guided experiences along Florida's Forgotten Coast. Whether it's coastal duck hunting, inshore fishing, gator hunting, or flounder gigging, every Williamson Outfitters experience is guided by a seasoned, licensed captain, delivering world-class adventure with local expertise. From small private groups to large corporate retreats, our fleet of well-equipped boats and experienced guides deliver first-class outdoor adventures for sportsmen of all ages and experience levels. Call or text 850-251-8650 or visit www.floridaducks.com to book your trip. Williamson Outfitters, making the Forgotten Coast unforgettable.
It's pretty simple to use, and we recommend anybody that does use it, contact us if you have any concerns, questions, or anything that can make the app better. Just reach out to us, and just so we can improve, be the best we can.
Because we are super new, and it's just now taking off. It's just now getting started. So there's still a lot of improvements.
Launched 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
not
super
too
new.
Well, good for you guys. I mean, number one, having the guts to get out there and start something. But it sounds like to me that you guys, this really started from, I always say you got to find the need and serve the need, and it sounds like to me that that's kind of what really drove this. So, I'm curious, listen, I can see both of you guys. You guys both look like Georgia boys. All right. You don't look like computer programmers, which I understand that Georgia boys can be computer programmers, but they also milk cows and cut corn. All right. But how did you guys make an app? I mean, what goes what's your background? I mean, did you guys just okay, I'm going to learn how to freaking computer program, or do you guys got backgrounds in that, or did you hire? Give me some more intel on that.
So we hired a developing crew, and they're working with us along the way. They're teaching us along the way, teaching us, like you said, we're Georgia boys. We don't know software that much. So they're teaching us everything about it that, as we go, we're learning. And just, enjoying it along the way, taking all the
information in we can.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you guys just basically presented them an idea and said, look, man, we want to try to make it simpler for the average person out there. And if I get this right, and forgive me that I haven't seen the app yet, because, and I know this might sound like I didn't do my due diligence, but I will say that being Tristan purposely sometimes when we have a guest on, we don't want to know too much about them because we want to learn about them from the podcast. I'm not using that as an excuse, but I'm just saying you can use it to find public land, public hunting areas, right? You can use it to do your outfitter, right? You can find a taxidermist. You can find a meat processing plant. Yeah. What other things can you use this for?
Dog trainers and fishing charters. About the only other thing you missed there.
Nice. Okay.
And like recovery services. So you shoot a deer, you can get on there.
That's
find
good.
Somebody to track it.
That's huge.
And if I'm not mistaken, you said public land, or was it private? It's private land strictly, so we don't do any public land.
But you're doing that to help cater to the people that are they're just kind of sick of doing public land. I mean, honestly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I can feel you on
and,
that, bro.
And something else that drove this is, we've been hunting together for 9 years. We're 23 years old. And our first trip out of state, we're like, where do we go? We didn't know what to do, and it's like, well, and getting into it, we wanted to go hunt public land and all of that. Well, it's getting on those leases out in Arkansas, being on the East Coast. Never going out to do it. You don't know where to go. You don't know.
Yep.
Don't know if you're getting screwed. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Right.
absolutely.
And so a big thing with that is we're connecting those people together without them having to go out there, meet people, and go on multiple trips, taking 7-8 years before you can find out. All right, well, I can find some leases here and there, and that's all they got. It's just to help that process, to help them get on those grounds out there.
No, I think it's super smart, and I think the thing that when I originally saw, I think it was Brody's post and one of the groups on Facebook. What I thought's unique about it is like, so there's companies out there that are doing like the Airbnb, like book an outfitter type thing, but you guys are bringing so much more to the conversation because like just in the last year, I was in a situation where I liver shot a deer and was debating on. I didn't know where I hit it at the time. But I got on Facebook and posted on one of the groups, long story short, and got in touch with a dog tracking guy, which on your app I would have been able to probably find a lot quicker. What was just the other day. So we processed most of our own deer, but I just didn't have the time. So I had to go on Google and look for where I could take my deer to be processed. And so, I mean, just those kind of things. And just today I posted on Facebook about taxidermy for waterfowl. That's 3 times within the last year I could have used your guys' app to refer myself someone. And I guess my question, from the the outfitter, the taxidermists, their profiles, are they able to upload pictures of what they do and their prices and stuff on there?
Yes, sir. So they can upload, it's up to 5 pictures right now. I mean, we plan on, changing that later down the road. So they can upload 5 pictures. If they need to create a book, and they can have a calendar too. They can book. You can schedule when you're going to drop your deer or duck, whatever the case is. You can schedule when you're going to drop that off, and it's a very unique way for them to do it. I mean, they can put their phone number on there too, and not do away with the calendar system if it gets too confusing for those guys. The calendar system really going to be important for the outfitters and things like that.
Yeah. I think it's super smart. I mean, when did how long have you guys been working on this? When was this something you guys originally started thinking about?
What, a year and a half ago plus?
Yeah, so we started thinking about it in 2023 and early 23. We started pondering on it, and us being as young as we are was like, oh, I don't know, kind of backed out a couple times, got back into it, backed out. And then duck season rolled around. Was like, we got to do this. So we finally pulled the trigger on it, contacted some people, and got the ball rolling.
Nice, man.
And, yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I'm good.
No, I was just saying, and then that process, once we got it started, took a year and a half to get to where we are at the launch date. So
has that been did you guys think it was going to take a year and a half, or has that kind of been man, it's taking longer than we thought?
Definitely taking longer than we thought. The development plan was supposed to take 8 to 12 months, and it ended up taking, I think, around 17 months, 18 months. So it's been a long process, long time waiting.
But that was just due to because of how complex it is and how diverse it is and how many different features there are in just one service.
Sure. So what's kind of the game plan? You guys just rolled it out. I mean, obviously social media has got to be a big piece of that, but what's kind of the strategy for you guys going forward on trying to get this thing out to people? Because I think once it catches on with people, I mean, as you guys obviously believe in, it's going to be something that people use.
Absolutely.
Marketing's a big aspect of it, and contacting people, just making phone calls after phone call, driving, putting in the time to get out there, get the word out, meeting people. And that's a big thing with us, is we want to meet as many people as we can. We don't just want you to use our platform. We want to get out there, meet you, have phone calls with you, just have that connection with you. We don't just want to be that service where you get on there and you don't know who the owners are, you don't know anything about them. That's a big part of what we're trying to do, is just we want people to know us. We want to meet them, tell our story, get to make friendships that'll last a long time.
Yeah, no,
Man, didn't we just
think
have
it's
that
super cool.
conversation with a business owner, Tristan, on a podcast? We just talked about the customer service side.
Yeah.
And he accredited that as one of the major parts of the success is definitely doing that. So you guys are definitely on the right trajectory with that, no doubt about it.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
When it comes to reaching out to people, are you guys just literally starting with Georgia and being okay, let's look up all the meat processors in the area and be hey, and just calling them and just telling them what you guys do?
Absolutely.
That's
State
awesome.
by state.
I
We
love
pick
that.
a state, we'll be we're working on this state, and then we'll go a different direction from there.
Yeah.
So
Dude, I love that. How's it going so far? Is the reception pretty good on the cold calling side of things?
Yeah, I would say, majority of the people I've talked to, I might have had 2 people deny me, and that's because they have repeat clients, year after year. And you're going to have that with outfitters that's been in the industry for 40 plus years. But 99% of the people have, really ate the idea up and just wanted to know more about it. So
Nice, man.
it's working.
That's awesome.
Well, that's a great sign that you guys are on the right track, because if it was 99% of the people that are saying, nah, get out of here.
Then we got a problem.
Right. If you guys were well, about 1% participation, we'd be all right, turn the podcast off. No, but for real though, you guys are just sitting there. You're literally beating the streets, as you call it, as a salesperson.
Yeah.
And that just shows your belief in it. If Mark Cuban was sitting here right now, he'd probably be saying, how much do y'all want? Because I love, that's one thing that I picked up about him, that, anytime he invests in somebody, if they don't say it by the time he talks, he always says, what have you done? And he's not necessarily worried about the money they put in. He wants to know, what have you done? Have you been out there hustling? You know what I mean? Have you been beating the streets? You've been knocking the doors? Have you been investing your own time, your own money, that kind of thing? And I love it. I love that you guys are doing this, man. And a couple good old Georgia boys just have a good idea that they want to pass on to every hunter that's going through the same issues.
So before we get too far down the road with this, I'm going to challenge everybody listening to this podcast. Let's see here. So you go to the App Store and you type in wildlife. Wait, let's see here.
I guess I got to do it too. Let me put my glasses on.
You go and download it right now live. So
actually, we could put the camera up there. I could do it on the TV screen.
All right. So download. It's probably backwards. Wildlife Retreats. I already got it downloaded. There you go.
It's hard for me to find the App Store.
So hopefully the listeners of this podcast will tune in. You guys will get some more downloads after this podcast, I hope.
And
Well,
we
we greatly appreciate it. Every download is greatly appreciated. So,
and right
people
now
that
we've
are
been
my
contacting, it's duck season, so all the outfitters we're calling, they're pretty swamped. And so they're I've looked at it, just touching base with them, seeing how their progress is coming with it. Yeah, I've looked at it, but we're swamped right now. We're trying to, we plan on getting on there, just give us a little bit of time. Still getting ready for the season and, everything like that.
Yeah, from I don't know how much y'all can go into, and I don't want to put you on the spot giving away anything that you don't want to make publicly. So just let me know. But from if there's an outfitter listening to this, or somebody who's a taxidermist or whatever, what is the I guess, do they pay a monthly fee to be listed with you guys? Is that how it works, or is it a commission thing?
Yes, sir. So it's we're subscription based. You can do a monthly, it's $9.99 a month, or you can do a yearly. That's $110 a year, so you get a month free. And they also, when they sign up, no, not at all. And when they sign up, they get 1 month free. So if they get on there, end up, I don't like it, I don't want to waste money.
It's in the teens that morning, and maybe you're chasing ducks or geese. But now it's September and it's 85 degrees and you're hunting early teal or geese. As a waterfowler, you need dependable weather protection that will not break the bank. Founded in 1996, Frog Togs is not only the leader in breathable wader technology, but a company you can depend on to keep you warm and dry, head to toe, no matter your hunting environment.
On this, then they can opt out of it.
Dude, that's like one booking, like justifies the cost
literally.
of that. Yeah. I mean, one person got hunting like one day, and I mean, that justifies. I mean, why would you not? Seriously.
Absolutely.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I mean, you said it yourself. One booking from one individual pays for 1 month of a subscription. So,
Well, more than, I mean, if you said it's $9.99 a month.
yeah.
Yeah, so you figure $120 a year or whatever. I mean, let's say you're paying $250 or $350 or whatever it is to go hunt somewhere. I mean, I don't know what the profit is on that for an outfitter, but I'm sure like that just about pays for the year.
No,
So
that's true.
That's awesome, and I love just like the ground roots of it all. On social media, like the posts you guys have been posting, have you guys had good feedback, like in comments and things like that, or?
There's not a whole lot of activity. I mean, we're getting a lot of likes, and it's pushing it out. We're reaching a lot of people for sure. It's just the comment side of things. There's not a whole lot of people commenting. Our last post actually got a good bit of feedback. People seem to be liking it, liking the idea. And back to the subscription thing, there's 3 plans they can do. So there's a land lease plan, the outfitter slash service plan. So the outfitter and service plan is your dog trainers, taxidermists, outfitters, fishing charters, bow fishing charters, whole 9 yards on that. And then you have our premium plan, which is the outfitters, and you can post land lease too. And this comes in when outfitters out west, sometimes they'll day lease their fields or lease their fields out for the year. And that's our thought process behind that was outfitters that are using the calendar process and booking clients through our calendar can also post those fields that they're leasing for the year. So it's all right there for them. They don't have to use another platform to go lease the fields out or post on Facebook, whatever people do nowadays to get the word out about their lease. It's just all right there in one thing. And the premium plan is a little bit more expensive. It's $19.99 a month, and then it's $229 for a year. And that covers everything. You can do everything through the app.
It's still super reasonable though. I should have looked at this before I had y'all on, but I'm looking at it from a consumer standpoint. So like there's the explore page. Do you guys like, is that kind of like algorithm based where it's like when you guys get a bunch of stuff in there and it's kind of like taking into consideration where I am, like where it'll suggest certain things to me, or how does it work on the explore page?
So on the explore page, you'll search in, an area that you're looking. Well, first off, it'll depend on what species you have selected, and it'll pop up, things closest to you that you might be interested in. And then you can search up in the search bar where you're looking. So like, say Oklahoma, type in Oklahoma. If you have a specific location, you can type that in and it'll pop up everything closest to that location. And that's where the maps come into, just browse wherever you think would be a good place to go and go from there.
Yeah. So, I mean, literally, I guess if you're on the map, like, will it just show like pins of where stuff is located?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I think I mean, for sure, like the outfitter thing is probably got to be y'all's like biggest like market to kind of go after, but like the all the other different stuff that could be listed on here is like, I mean, I just like I said 3 times this year I could have already used it. I think that's awesome. For on the user end, like, is there any fee that like the user ever pays, or is it just completely?
It's browse free, so you can get on there and look and search and do whatever you'd like to do for no charge. Just until you're ready to book a hunt, that's when you're charged.
Yeah, like kind of like a service fee on Airbnb or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, awesome, man. Going back to kind of like y'all's background, we always like to ask people, like, what was how'd you guys get into the outdoors? Like, what was that love? What did that look like for y'all? So obviously we've been talking about going out west and stuff. Y'all got to be duck hunters too, huh?
Oh, big
yeah.
duck hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big
So
duck hunters.
so it sounds like we're probably in the same boat, deer hunting around here and then duck hunting out there.
Yeah, we got to hit the road for the ducks.
Oh yeah, y'all probably know it better than we do. We've only lived in Georgia for, I guess, going on 5 years now. But you know, from a like your guys' friendship, I mean, obviously you've known each other for 9 years. I mean, like share some memories of y'all getting in the outdoors together, and like what is kind of that friendship been like over the years in the outdoors?
Well, where do we start, really?
Yeah, we've been through it all.
We started duck hunting around here. That's what brought our friendship together. We both had deer hunted in our past, but duck hunting's what really brought us together. We had nowhere to duck hunt at. Both wanted to shoot some ducks, so we just started driving around, putting the window time in. You know, we'd find a farm pond here and there, and we'd stop and ask about it. And
With like
we ended
6
up getting
ducks and a
lucky.
Canada goose.
And you're just like, yep, that's it right there. I'm gonna be there tomorrow. So,
Got to add in the merganser too.
yeah.
Mhm.
So that's kind of where it started there. And then once we got out of high school, you know, it was like, all right, dude, 6 ducks ain't gonna cut it no more. We got to go find something else. So then we started traveling and, you know, really exploring and just trying to pick at it and figure out the public land grind or go and freelance or, I mean, even, you know, run with some guys in Arkansas and hunt out of pits and, you know, dry fields or timber. You know, we've just tried to do it all, you know, and that's really what brought us so close was duck hunting.
Yeah, no, I mean, we've lived that exact journey because, like, a little background on us, like, we're originally from Illinois and, like, growing up, so my dad moved us down to Florida, actually, when I was 14, and, you know, in Illinois, like, we always deer hunted, like, bow hunting, that's all we did, and we look back on it like, shit, I wish we'd duck hunted when we lived up there.
Yeah.
But, you know, got into duck hunting in Florida of all places, which Florida, I mean, you guys probably know, it's like, I mean, it's a lot better than Georgia for sure.
Oh,
You know,
sure,
it's it's not Arkansas, but it's, you know, a lot better. And, you know, then we moved up to Georgia about 5 years ago and, you know, kind of found ourselves in the same situation. Like, you know, the duck hunting opportunities around here are very slim. And fortunately, through basically starting it like just as a consumer, like we booked a trip out there and we're going to hunt public for 6 days. And to break it up, we were doing a guided service like in the middle of that because we knew we were about to just get our ass kicked.
Right.
Yep.
And went out there and, long story short, met our buddy Cade who runs Delta Thunder Outfitters. We'd booked a hunt with him, and over the years of, like, you know, we do the YouTube thing and filming, and he invited us out to film some hunts, like form this relationship with him, and now we have a really good connection out there. But you guys mentioned like getting connected with those local Arkansas boys. That's kind of the same path we've gone to kind of get on some ducks out of state, and thankfully Cade's been able to be such a great resource for us
Yeah.
for the last few years because it's tough around here.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
It is, for sure. But that's awesome. They all connected with a guy and was able to find them, figure them out.
Yeah, man, it's our whole thought on it was like, at least at the bare minimum, like we could maybe get some insight about the public, like hunting with a guide. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
be able to
just
Right.
know
pinpoint-
something.
Yeah,
Because you're going out there so blind.
yeah.
Oh,
You
man, I'm
know?
telling you.
Yeah,
That's
It's
blind.
a tough thing to do.
It
really
is. It is.
I think, you know, like, and I'm curious to hear like some of y'all's experience about going out there just on a whim, trying to see what happens. But like some of the stuff I remember looking for is like, you know, you picture like, you know, you're gonna be finding ducks at food all the time, you know, and a lot of those like holes that people are killing ducks in out there, it's like they're going for refuge, like they're not going there for food per se. I mean, I know they're dabbling around and finding food, but you know, I think in my head at the time, I had like, oh, we got to find like a shit ton of acorns that fell, or you know, whatever, you know, some
Oh no, that
some
one
moist soil unit or whatever.
that one timber WMA we were at, they were smoking their ass over at they were smoking all their asses on what do you call them? Gosh dang it, the ones that grow in the swamps all the time. What kind of tree is it? It grows in the swamps all the time. It's got the roots that stick straight up that going to kill you when you fall out of the tree stand.
I don't even know. Oh, cypress.
Cypress trees.
Yeah.
And people were just smoking them in cypress trees, you know what I
Right,
mean?
just
So,
refuge spots,
Yep.
essentially.
Yeah, sometimes you
Yeah,
just
they're
got to
loafing
find where
or
they want to
whatever.
rest.
Yep.
Yeah,
For
but
sure.
now our first out on a whim hunt was just we booked it to Louisiana. We had no clue what we were doing. I think we were young at the time. We might have been like 19. It was just the two of us. Like we didn't go with a group of guys. We had one guy that kind of gave us an inside scoop of the area, and we were like, all right. So we went out there for like what 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
And just it was brutal for like the first 3, maybe 4 days, and we had or first 3.
Yeah.
And we finally, I mean, we just kept going and kept going until we finally picked on some birds, and we found a good group of canvasbacks. And man, after that, it just really opened our eyes to just keep going until you find them. Can't stop. They're somewhere.
First person we met out there, we walked into the store and we're checking out. She called us just a bunch of coon asses. It was like, this is the first time we've been out of state to duck hunt. This is the first person we've seen to get called.
Well, maybe we need to just pack up and go back home, Brady. This might not be the right place for us.
Bro, that is so great. That reminds me of a couple of Cade's relatives. I won't mention their names.
Dude,
But
that is hilarious. Oh,
bunch of coon asses.
Yeah.
Our last day there, we ended up hiking. It was like 3.5
Oh,
miles
that was
in,
brutal.
and we're both carrying. We had 5 or 6 dozen decoys on our backs, our
oh
guns.
my gosh.
Yeah, man. It was
Just brutal off to shoot. We seen like 3 ducks
Yeah.
all morning.
Oh.
Local. So 2 of our hunts out there, locals had gave us pins, and they was like, you can go here or go here. And the day before we went and hunted this 3.5 mile walk we had, we found birds, and we're idiots for not going to hunt it because there was mallards in there. It was
Woodies.
just
a
covered.
bunch of woodies.
And he was like, this pond's loaded. So it was like, okay, we're going to take your word for it. And this is the second time. First time it was a skunk. We didn't shoot anything. And so this is the second time. The last day was like, we'll hit it on the way out. Walk all the way in for 3 ducks to fly over us.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
So we learned that trip right there. When you find birds and you know they're in there, you go back and hunt there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
a good point because like I feel like we've been guilty over time, like trying to set up where you in your head think the ducks are going to be, or like versus where they actually are.
Yeah, just go to where they're actually at. Don't overthink it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to be where they want to be, or else you might pull some stragglers, but other than that, they're all just going to dump to the right of you.
Yeah, right.
Right.
I don't want y'all to like spot name obviously, but like have you guys done any public hunting in Georgia? Like what's your experience been like there? And when it comes to waterfowl?
To be honest, I mean, we've actually had some success in public land Georgia hunting, but we haven't hunted a whole lot of public ground in Georgia. It's just been, a handful of places that we've been able to find them, and
Sure.
we can access them pretty well. So that's about as much public land as we've done. It's been a lot of private in Georgia.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it like, so it's kind of cool. So like my dad, like they live on this, like, it's basically a big pond, but it's kind of like a small lake. I don't really know.
It's like 6 acres or something like that.
And, it's interesting. Like he over the waterfowl season gets everything out here. I mean, teal, gadwall,
Redhead.
I already said gadwall, like just all kinds of diver ducks, like virtually every time. What's up, guys? If you want coffee that doesn't suck, you probably can guess what I'm going to say. Get the duck. Dirty Duck Coffee is the official coffee of the One Hell of a Life Outdoor Podcast, and they have a great lineup of different coffee blends, everything from Morning Wood and First Flight to Dark Dynasty and Suns Up, Guns Up. You can't go wrong with Dirty Duck Coffee. And they have a great lineup of cold brew cans, mocha, French vanilla, original cold brew, and cinnamon teal snickerdoodle. If you want 15% off your next order, use code One Hell of a Life 15 on your next order.
I just heard Specs come over the house the other night. I got the
I
freaking
had a
audio.
buddy send me a video of a group of specs the other day in Georgia, and I was like, boy, those things are lost.
Bro, it
So
was 11:30 at night. I was taking the dog out the front yard to pee, and I'm like sitting out there, just like how you can be driving 90 down 85, and you could see like 3 ducks. It's same thing as a duck hunter, a goose hunter. When you hear that sound, you're like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you know it. Yeah,
and I'm like, and I, my dogs look at me like, what? And I'm looking up in the air. I'm like, son of a bitch, dude. So happy I had my phone. I put out voice memos real quick and recorded it and sent it to our group chat because I was like, dude, no way. Specs in freaking Georgia. This is like last Wednesday or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
it's about
like,
the same time my buddy sent me a video of those specs. So
dude, that's crazy. Well, I mean, y'all aren't far from us. Might have been the same group. Who knows?
no, I mean
Yeah.
seriously.
But point being, like, even though we're such a quote like flyover state when it comes to waterfowl, like they still do come through here. So like if you find the right opportunity, like you could have a decent hunt. It's just,
You know what? I think the motto of every Georgia duck hunter should be.
unfortunately, we can't hunt in his backyard, or
Yeah.
we would be.
Oh, dude, I've thought about going out there with a blowgun or something, but no. You know what the motto of every Georgia duck hunter should be? I just came up with it. I'm going to be a millionaire.
What?
We want what we can't have.
There you go.
I mean,
And that's why we drive everywhere.
that's why we're just
Yeah,
all and you know what? It's cool to hear from the outfitters that we know is we don't hear them complain about Georgia people. Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana, we're all good. Texas, you're good. Now, if you start to swing the other way and start to go a little bit northern up around the other way, Carolinas, I pray for you. I pray for the Carolina folks, specifically one of you Carolinas, and I'm not going to point fingers, but no, it's funny that that I guess we all do love it so much, that we're like, gosh, I mean, I still remember the time you remember the first time you even see that species you're after.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
You're just like,
Absolutely.
holy shit, that's a pintail with a sprig.
Yeah.
They exist.
That's a widgeon. You know what I mean? And the folks like Kate, our buddy, he don't get it. He thinks we're stupid. And he's just like, because he's seen it all his life,
Yeah.
where we
No,
have not,
absolutely.
but I think that makes us, good out-of-state hosts, or good out-of-state guests, I guess I should say, because we respect it, I think, a little bit more.
Yeah, and
than
appreciate
the
it
average
so
person.
much when it
Yeah,
happens.
we do, man. We do. And the times that, like, I would bet that if you took a survey of 1,000 Georgia waterfowlers that hunted only in Georgia, you're not going to have more than, I'd say, lucky 3% that were like, oh, dude, we just wrecked them every weekend.
Yeah. Right.
Every weekend. And if they did do that, if there's 2 or 3 wood ducks with the limit that for season, which is fine. I'm just saying it's epic proportions when we go to those states and see that kind of thing. Like the best way I like to describe it to folks always is I say it's like a Nat Geo film. Mm-hmm. It really is, especially when you see snow geese for the first time. You're like, no, bro, I'm used to seeing a dozen honkers, not 30,000 snow geese that are so loud that you can't hear the person next to you.
I personally help a guide outfit up there in Arkansas, and one of my favorite things to do is if I got a group of clients in or something like that, I'll take them to like a refuge close by.
Yeah.
And watch the fly out, because people that's never been out of state before, they've never seen anything like that in their life.
No, they haven't.
You can just see it on their face when they're watching that afternoon fly out and those thousands and thousands of birds just sitting there swarming, and it just changes their life completely.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, you basically just created more drug addicts.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's funny if you really chalk it up like side by side. Outside of the adverse reactions that alcohol or drugs has on people, this sport is soul sucking and it's freaking great.
Oh, I'm
It's
telling you, man.
pocketbook sucking.
It is.
Oh my God!
Make you go broke.
Go poor. Yeah,
Yeah,
for real.
it will. I mean, have you ever been addicted to anything more in your life? I mean, and I will say, there was time when I was bow hunting in Illinois, when I was chasing my dream of shooting a giant buck, that it almost cost me my family, because I was an idiot. I went too far. You got to know when to call it quits and not go too far.
Right.
but it's
But there's always that feeling. There's always that feeling that, when you shoot that 6 man of birds or however many it is to be satisfied that you got to wake up tomorrow and try to do it again.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It's fun. We keep chasing those. We chase the dreams that we haven't had, and we chase the reality of what we've already tasted.
There you go. That's it. Really.
With the guiding stuff out there, talk to me a little bit about that. Like, what's that been like getting in, or how'd you even get into that? And just being on that side of the fence, like what is that kind of like taught you from because I know it's a lot of work, man. I mean, you're getting out there early, breaking stuff, setting stuff up, breaking stuff down. It's a lot of ways a thankless job, a lot of times.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's more. I think there's more work in it than people really, portray unless you just are doing it. And those guys are dedicated. I've never met somebody that's in the gods. I mean, those are some dedicated guys. Like they wake up, 60 days out of the year, and their main goal is to make sure that their clients are happy and they had a successful hunt, whether it's one bird or a limit of birds. They're waking up before everybody to make sure that the decoys are set, the rigs are on, the mojos were charged the night before. And, entertainment's a big thing because, you even if you're not killing birds, you still want your clients to have a good time. And a lot of it is, there's more to duck hunting than just killing birds. The sunrises, the spending time, the camaraderie, the great food. Because, when you go out and duck hunting, you're going to eat good. So, there is a lot that goes into it, but I think when a group of clients come out there and they had a successful trip, I think that's what that guide outfit really enjoys the most, is just knowing that he was able to make people happy doing what he loves to do.
Isn't that?
Yeah,
dude, it's like I'm listening to you talk and I'm hearing Cade. I'm just hearing him talk, dude. I really am. And I won't forget that. He had a tone with a client on the phone. We were driving in the truck with him one day, and I just saw his whole spirit lift in the truck. You remember that day? Mm-hmm. And I go, well, gosh dang, you don't talk to me like that. He goes, because I'm not here to satisfy you. I'm here to get smiles on these people's faces. And that was a customer just called me and told me thank you. And they thank me for the little things, and all that stuff. And that was, I just remember experiencing that for him. And I was just like, man, isn't that the truth? The people that are doing it for the right reasons, that's the motivation.
Absolutely.
You said it right.
And even kids.
Do you need a job? No, I'm just I might know a guy. No, I don't want to take away from anybody. They obviously got a good guide.
Well, I appreciate that. But yeah, it's awesome. It's a unique experience that I was able to have the opportunity to do, and I took it to experience. And man, I'm glad I did, because it showed me another side of things that you wouldn't see just every day going out and hunting.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's so many little things, right? It's a side-by-side battery that goes dead. It's a battery cable. It's the wind changed. So now you got to go out there and flip the whole spread before the client goes out there, right? It's just so many. Golly, I don't even know if you could have a list that's even predictable.
Right.
You can't. That list is always changing. It's always changing, man. There's always something else to go do, for sure.
Man, I guided when I was in between jobs. Cade taught me a lot about. I guided professionally for bow hunts in Illinois for years, and I understood that side of it from a sacrifice of time. But I had no idea that I'd be getting my steps in like a freaking snow goose guide. I think Cade didn't tell me some shit on purpose, because honestly, going out and resetting 5,500 decoys by yourself, because there's nobody else to help you. And, whatever. To me, it was just like, I guess because I'm an ex-military guy, to me, it's just like part of the job. I don't know any different, and to me, I'm like, got to have a big spread. I'm like, my damn, we're going to have a big spread. I don't care if it takes you 12 hours to reset these decoys. Yeah. But my where I'm going with this is, my point is, I did it for a month. loved it, learned a lot and everything else. But I think that was easier than what a duck guide goes through. I think just the element of walking through the water from shin deep to waist deep. There's so many other things that can go wrong when you put all that water into it. I mean, I'm just thinking about ruts, right? I mean, dealing with ruts and getting the side-by-side stuck, or there's all these other things that could go wrong. So I don't think that I'm cool yet, by no means, because I think a duck hunter that does that day in, day out, man, big kudos to all y'all do that.
Well, and they sacrifice a lot for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all got anything exciting lined up already for this duck season or deer season?
We can only chase one. Both of them's too expensive, but we plan on getting on some more ducks later on in the year.
We just got back from Canada, and
no kidding.
We do plan on going out to Arkansas, hunting out there, and we're gonna try to get into another state, but we're not too sure on what state that is yet. So,
how was Canada? Talk to us about that a little bit.
Oh, it was awesome, man.
Phenomenal, man.
Like
we've been going up
everyone
there
talks
for.
About.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever get the opportunity, I would 100% do it.
We just had a guy on like 2 podcasts ago telling us about his Canada experience too.
Yeah, I mean, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's something different, something you're not necessarily going to get to see here.
No, by no means.
Just like ducks that consistently work all the time.
Just the
or the numbers,
just the
or
size. Yeah, just the sizes of the feeds, man. Like you find a good feed, and you're talking thousands.
Yeah, the further they come down, I think the smaller they get. Like even in North Dakota, South Dakota, like they just keep breaking up. They keep getting shot at all the way down through Canada. Just getting smaller and smaller. So it's an experience, that's for sure.
Do y'all got a like recommendation of a guide up there, or what's like? What do you guys? I mean, is freelancing a thing where y'all go, or what do you guys do?
Yeah, freelancing for the most part.
Okay. Yeah, we freelanced. Every year we've been up there, we freelanced.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you guys suggest if you're going to go up there? Because we were talking to a guy a couple podcasts ago, and he I forget what part of Canada he went to, Cal, but he was saying like from
Saskatchewan.
Okay.
Yep.
From like a new guy perspective, like if me and him were going to go do it, he's like, I would definitely start with an outfitter first. Like, what do you guys think? Do you think it's attainable to go out there with no experience and try to freelance it, or like what would you?
It'd be hard. You need a good group of guys. The more vehicles, the better. And I like his idea. Definitely the guide. Because they can kind of point you in the right direction.
And finding somewhere to stay out there is pretty difficult too.
There ain't many people that live up there, so
yeah, you just don't book an Airbnb, right?
No, Lord, no.
And the area we go to, the hotel's only so big, so you gotta make sure you book a room early enough. That way, you got a room for that week.
Yeah.
Shoot, man. What when does their season come in? Like some mid-September, beginning of September?
I think it's beginning of September, and it runs to the first week in November, I believe. Don't hold me to that, but that's about the time frame.
Man, with all these people talking so highly about Canada, we might have to look at that next year.
Right.
Yeah, it's a fun trip.
Yeah.
What all did you guys shoot up there? A bunch of mallards and pintails, or what?
No, well, we could have. I mean, there was a bunch of snow geese up there, but we like the ducks, so we kept driving until we found duck feeds. So it was mostly mallards and pintails and a couple widgeon. They wasn't thick like they have been in the past, but
got into some darks one morning.
Yeah, some dark geese.
We got into some whites too, but we try to stay away from those if we can.
Well, that's awesome, guys. Yeah, that's great. Well, I guess just kind of to bring it back home with the app. I mean, what's obviously tell everybody where they could get in touch with you guys. But is there anything like kind of exciting that you guys are looking forward to with the app here in the next few months, or is it kind of just we're all in trying to get
like where are you at like with this journey with each state and each piece? Are you guys at 50%, 100%? With outfitters or whatever each piece of it. I know
say
you
we're
guys are
not
dialing
even,
your asses off.
we're not even probably a quarter of the way through. There's a lot of people to talk to, and we're just getting started. Like you said, we launched 2 weeks ago, so I think we're just now skimming the top of the iceberg, really.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Which
have a
state-
lot more
what-
to do.
Do you guys have states that you like that you've started with, or like what would be the first states that somebody would be able to utilize some of these?
Definitely Georgia, the home
Georgia.
state, I feel
Okay.
like. But just one state at a time, picking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've targeted Arkansas a little bit just because I know how everybody wants to go out there, how many outfitters are out there, and all that. And then just our local states mostly, South Carolina, Mississippi, Alabama, and that's really about as far as we've gotten so far.
Right on. Right on.
Awesome. Well, I mean, we'll definitely do what we can to share just kind of the word about what you guys are doing with like our network of you know, people we hunt with and all that.
Yeah, and look forward to you guys' journey, you know, and definitely stay in touch, and we'd love to hear about you guys' progress as you guys continue to fill the bucket, I guess, you know, so to speak. So
Yeah, absolutely. Do y'all attend expos and stuff like that?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We did ducks this year. We actually hosted the podcast from the Frog Talks booth all weekend
Awesome.
long. So that was pretty cool just from I mean an exposure standpoint, of course, but that was pretty cool. And outside of that, next year we want to try to do more like, because one thing we've done like really well, I mean, not like tooting our horn or whatever, but just the way it's happened is we've had like good luck getting like waterfowl guests on. So like your Rusty Creasy's, your
Forbes,
the Dr. Duck guys, Forbes. Like, so I feel like when you kind of build on those things, like their friends see it, and then when you ask them to come on, they're like, oh yeah, I saw him on the podcast or whatever. But haven't had that luck in the deer hunting community yet, which is kind of where our roots lie. And I think, like we've been talking about, we want to do some more of those like local expos, like, you know, your Buckarama or your, you know, Alabama Deer Classic or whatever, just to kind of like, you know, maybe we get a booth and do podcasts all weekend, like, and just, you know, line up having like guys like you on, just to kind of build our name in like the deer hunting community a little bit more and kind of try to get that side of it going too. So
yeah, I mean,
to answer your question, next year we want to try to do more of the local stuff. We've done kind of more of the big stuff too, which will always be a part of it.
yeah, and of course, you know, we're part of different. We love to attend. We just got back from a Delta Waterfowl banquet the other night. You know, where we hosted a table with some other great folks that pitched in on that, and DU events and things like that. So
yeah, I'll have to keep y'all in the loop next year when they do their event. Y'all should definitely come with us. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Yep.
And that's hopefully we can cross paths at one of these expos, because that's the thing that we do plan on getting heavily involved in is just throwing ourselves into expos and meeting people and shaking hands and talking to everybody we possibly can.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think
that's the right way to do it.
That's a great way to do it. I mean, we've talked several times on this podcast, just every time we've gone to like anything like that, just you get back from it, you're like, man, that
The
was
return is
so
humbling.
productive. I mean, you really do meet so many awesome people, and it's definitely worth the time and money, in my opinion.
Yep.
So
Yep, for
Awesome.
sure.
That's good to
All right,
know
boys.
from somebody
Well,
that's
good
already
luck.
did it.
yeah.
Well, good luck out there. You know, go out there and wax their ass, you know, and shoot some more ducks, man. I can't wait, and we're excited about it. I'm actually heading out to Missouri. I'm actually heading to Cades or Wednesday. Is it tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be hunting the pre-rut out there in Missouri, southern Missouri.
Oh,
And
heck yeah.
I'm super excited about it. So we'll see what happens.
Well, best of luck to you.
Yep, take care.
Y'all have a good season.
Yep.
All right, man.
Y'all too, man. Thank you guys for coming on, and I'll make some like little clips or whatever and tag y'all in this. And yeah, anybody listening to it, download Wildlife Retreats.
Let's go.
Thank you guys for having us on.
All right, fellas, have a good night.
I've been southbound, I've been hellbound, riding on the midnight train. Going too fast now, think I'll slow down, standing in the pouring rain.